Greetings, YouTube. I've got to level with you. I am so exhausted. This has been such a long first week. Not a bad first week by any means, just a long first week teaching. And I opened up my line inbox. I had over 1,000 messages waiting for me. Twitter maxes out for whatever reason on at least 20, and the 20 plus, both for notifications and messages, is back. And then my email inbox is now over 1,000. I don't know how I'm going to get through all these messages, but I'm going to try. I just ask for your patience. It's sort of like be careful what you wish for when you start off making community commentaries and even just screenshot compilations where you start off at like 10 pictures and videos. And you think, oh, this isn't so bad. And it grows to like 50 and you're like, okay, this is getting kind of crazy. And now it's hundreds and I have to make different episodes because if I was to do everybody in one video, it'd be 30 to 40 minutes and ain't nobody got time to watch that. And Lord knows if I was commentating that, I'd probably pass out. I wouldn't even be able to finish. I would just pass out. I wouldn't have the stamina to go that long. Internet praises. Okay, so Spider-Man Miles Morales is getting a buff, right? And by the way, it says Summoners with peak milestone rewards from the Summer Pain will be distributed via message to your endgame later today. It may take a bit of time for the rewards to fully distribute to everybody. As we know, Cavalier players were complaining that they hadn't received theirs hours after they were disseminated to Thronebreaker players. And also some players were able to earn an extra point of Summer Pain. We took that point away, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Miles Morales. Let's check him out. Now, of course, we've got the description of who he is. We already know who he is. Also, we know that my hat is apparently on sideways because, again, I'm so exhausted. I can't even put my hat on straight. That's embarrassing. Strengths. Taunt. Opponents with pesky power gain or just not wanting to cooperate with their special attacks. No problem when you've got a taunt debuff on them. I will say, sometimes I bust out the taunt with like Stark Spidey and the special's still not fired. So, I mean, ideally, taunt would get them to fire a special, but it still feels like RNG to me. Debuff Damage. Miles gets a lot of his damage spikes from damage over time effects. Use this to help get around opponents with lots of armor. Weaknesses. Shock Immune. Lots of Miles damage comes from his shock in the special too. Watch out for shock immune champions like Thing, right? Debuff Shrug. Miles relies heavily on applying his debuffs to the opponent to reach his full potential. Be careful not to take him against opponents that reliably get rid of debuffs. So this kind of reminds me of, Black Widow, Deadly Origin. Well-timed blocks. While performing a well-timed block, Miles will not attempt to utilize his personal evade or miss. That's awesome because I gotta tell you, one of the reasons why I hate fighting with OG Spidey once awakened is because of that evade mechanic. You go to parry and he dashes back and suddenly you're screwed up. Spider challenges, spider sense charges. To learn to be a hero, Miles Morales has a list of spider challenges he can complete each fight. Now I gotta say, just reading that off the top, I'm like, oh good, a to-do list during a fight. Just what I want. Completing a spider challenge grants an indefinite spider sense charge. Max charges 3. It kind of reminds me of like ramping up Proxima Midnight. Look, I know Prox does some crazy good damage once you get all of her missions completed and all of her ramp up. I just don't have the patience for it. I want to not think when I fight. That's why I love champions like Corvus or even Omega Red. Omega Red, it's still nice to stay close to the defender and maybe fire off a heavy to lock in those spores, but it's not like I'm thinking about challenges or rotations. And some people really love this kind of thing, though. Some people tell me that they enjoy it more, and for those of you who feel that way, this is probably going to be a fun buff. Each Spider Sense charge grants a passive 7% chance to evade incoming attacks, as well as 252.7 point addition of attack rating. Spider challenges once per fight each. Block 15 attacks. Well-timed blocks count as 3 attacks. So 5 parries? Okay, that's pretty easy. Land 50 attacks. Intercepting attacks count as 10 hits, so 5 intercepts. Though, I gotta be honest, I'm not the best at intercepting. Avoid 10 attacks with evade, miss, or dexterity mastery. Special attacks count as 2 hits each. Okay. Spider Camo. Each time the opponent launches a special attack, Miles' burgeoning ability... Burgeoning? Yeah. I'm so tired. Burgeoning abilities grant him a Spider Camo passive. I almost said Spider Como, like you're going into a Como. Which is unaffected by ability accuracy in the last 8 seconds. Spider Camo grants all attacks a 35% chance to miss. 35% is a random number. This miss chance is tripled against unblockable attacks. Spider Camo also enhances heavy and special attacks. Once all Spider challenges are complete, Miles is in the zone for the rest of the fight. While in the zone, Spider Camo will also activate each time Miles launches a special attack. Sounds like it could be a pesky defender, but we'll wait and see. Heavy attacks, 100% chance to inflict a taunt debuff for 10 seconds, which reduces attack rating by 30%, increases the chance that the opponent will launch a special attack by 70%. Although, like I said, that 30%, especially when you're fighting somebody even like Hyperion, sometimes seems to still strike when you least want it to. Special attacks, special 1, last hit with the 100% chance to inflict a weakness debuff. Camo weakness gains a plus 10 second duration. Special 2, pow, thwack, sizzle. That makes me think of the Adam West Batman era. Final hit has a 100% chance to inflict a shock debuff, causing 4,548.6 energy damage over 6 seconds. Kind of reminds me of some of that awesome shock damage from Black Widow Deadly Origin. Camo, this shock gains plus 30% potency for each personal unique debuff that has been activated on the opponent this fight. I guess that could be good. We'll see. Special 3, 100% chance to inflict a physical vulnerability debuff, reducing physical resistance by 900 for 50 seconds. Camo, 100% chance to inflict a power sting debuff lasting 50 seconds. That's a long time. An opponent with power sting takes 5,685.75 direct damage if they activate a special attack. Well, you can almost bet that's going to happen. Signature ability, whatever spider can, each time Miles completes a spider challenge, he gains a passive fury, increasing attack rating by 2,778.54 for 12 seconds. Additionally, he may now complete spider challenges multiple times during the fight instead of just once each. However, each spider challenge can still only grant one spider sense charge. Well, that just sounded kind of confusing to me. But again, once you play with them, I'm sure you'll get it. Synergy bonuses, you got some critical rating. Look at Iron Package. What the hell if I'd bring him in? Nemesis, plus 6% attack rating. Venom and Doctor Doom, now you're talking. Spider-Gwen Hercules, Satan herself, Kamala Khan, Black Widow, perfect block chance. Spider-Man Classic, health and attack rating. Spider-Verse Mentors, unique. Spider-Man Symbiote, Spider-Ham, Spider-Man 2099, stealthy. Miles Morales, spider challenges are slightly easier to complete. Well, that's vague. All Synergy Champions plus 7% health rating. Cool, I guess. Spider Senses Tingling. Mysterio, Mr. Negative, Vulture, Red Goblin. Each Spider Sense charge grants plus 5% attack rating. All Synergy Champions plus 7% attack rating. Incoming Synergies change. Miles Morales completing a Spider Challenge grants a Fury passive granting plus 30% attack rating for 16.10 seconds. Contest Noobs. Shout out to Contest of Noobs. Spider-Man Stark Enhanced plus 20% personal debuff potency. Interesting. Recommended Masteries Despair. Miles loves to stack debuffs on the opponent with Despair. It can help deal with the opponent's healing as well. I'm not going to lie. This is one of those buffs that sounds like it could be really awesome, but I'm probably not going to have the patience or the interest to learn it. I love buffs like Red Hulk or Red Mags or Colossus that are just pretty easy to get down, especially if you parry heavy a lot like I do. But again, maybe this will be your favorite buff. I don't know. I feel like I just read MCOC Calculus to you. It reminds me of the first time I read Taskmaster out loud. Still have never learned him. Never really wanted to. Maybe Miles will be a better version of that. Are you pumped for this? Or like me, do you feel like it's going to be kind of a long ramp up and therefore you probably just won't think about it and you'll wait until you beat him in the arena or win with him in the arena and that's about it? Comment below, let me know. Yay, Miles is being buffed. Let's see what you think.